before, but it's quite interesting.
Have not.
Okay, we are now recording. And opening the meeting of the Development Review Board, January 6th. We do have a visitor and we will have public comments. I have no additions to the agenda. So you signed in over there? Thank you. Give me 1 minute, everybody.
How's the weather out west?
It's great. Snowing.
How much snow this week?
We have over 5 feet of snow in the last 2 weeks.
5 feet. That is crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's what we want.
Yep.
So our visitor tonight is Jason Dubeck, and Jason has asked to go on a agenda. And can you tell us what your interest is, please, Jason? Actually, would you come over here and speak into that because we're recording? Thank you so much.
I was the town manager's assistant has to be put on the agenda for the select board meeting, was immediately denied and asked to be put on agenda for an upcoming meeting with the review board and didn't hear back. So I'm here in person to ask if I could be put on the agenda in the future, if it's 2 weeks or if it's a month or whatever. To
Jason, what is your interest?
Ongoing problems with the woodshed food truck on the corner of Old Ark Road and Route 100.
So what is that's called?
The woodshed.
Woodshed, thank you. Are you owner there?
I own the trailer and my girlfriend owns the business.
Okay, and
just ongoing problems with a serious lack of professionalism from your zoning administrator.
okay, but don't you need to fill out a form for a sign permit or something? Isn't that what has been going round and round?
No, I'd actually like to cover it from the point to where it started until today and how we've gotten to where we've gotten.
Okay, so I would be happy to put you on the agenda. Our next meeting will be February, because our meetings are on a certain schedule, and the next meeting is Martin Luther King. So our next meeting will be February 3rd. So I would be happy to put you on the agenda for February 3rd.
February 3rd at 5 o'clock?
Yep, February 3rd, 5 o'clock.
Okay. And at that point, we can engage the board and they us as well.
We can have a conversation. If you have something, hold on 1 second. So, do you have an agenda? I mean, an application that we should be looking at? Because we can talk to you in public comments, but unless we have an application that we know what we're talking about, we can't really address anything beyond that.
Well, you have no HR department.
I'm sorry?
You have no HR.
Well, but if you were to come to the DRB, other than to come at this point for public comments,
yeah,
we would need to have an application. So do you have an application pending?
No. No, I'm being harassed by your zoning administrator. And I'd like to go over how that's happened.
Have you talked with the town manager?
Yes. And I've recorded that meeting. I'm happy to enter that in as well.
So have you talked? So, I mean, the town manager is the town manager.
Correct.
So anything relating to our zoning administrator, you would have to discuss with her supervisor, who is the town manager.
Correct.
So you've had that conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I went and tried to have the same conversation with the town board. And on record, the town chair said he will not take responsibility for his employees.
No, so we are not the board, the select board is not the group to talk to. The development review board only looks at applications that come to us for a permit.
Right, but as a business that is getting harassed by your zoning enforcement officer, the way to really deal with that in the future would be to deal with the review board directly. You make the decisions that that zoning administrator can't make. Is that correct?
We look at, once we get an application and it's gone through our process, we put that application on our agenda. We then discuss the application and take our ordinance and put it into place with that application.
Okay,
So for you to come to the development review board, we would have to have an application for something that needs, so the development review board looks at uses, buildings, signs, things like that.
this
So if
is
you-
over problems of uses and signs.
So then you need to do an application. to
So
then
I need to
on
get
the-
extorted for a permit before I
No.
can talk to this board.
No, you don't need to be extorted for anything, but unless you want to come at this time, right now that we're having this conversation, which is the beginning of our meeting. If you want to have us look at something, we need to have an application so we know what we're looking at, how the application works with our ordinance, and then we make decisions based on that. But we don't make decisions based on employees. We only make decisions based on applications which are for something within.
Wouldn't
the-
this be pertinent to you, though, if you have a zoning administrator that's giving you the information for the town and there's issues with that administrator? Wouldn't that drastically affect everything that comes up to the board?
The zoning administrator is an employee of the town.
Yep.
And her manager is the town manager.
Correct.
The zoning administrator is not our employee.
Correct, but you supersede her decision-making capabilities in her own rules.
We only, but for us, us, we get, when we have an application that comes to us.
Yeah.
Then we meet, we have a hearing, it's all warned, it's a legal event, and we speak to that at that time. But we have to, but we don't, as I said, what we're doing right now.
If you
is-
need $150 for me to talk to you and be put on the agenda, I'll pay the fee. If that's what it is.
It's not $150,
It's, I think,
Jason,
$150 plus
Jason, it's.
18 filing fees or something.
Jason, we are an arm, a board of the town.
Okay,
And our job is to look at any application that comes to this board that fits within our purview, what we have to look at. And so if you have something that's a sign or a use or a building, something that cannot be approved by, so any application that comes to the town that the zoning administrator can approve, she approves. If it's a application that is outside of her purview to approve, then it comes to the development review board.
but that's the person that directly feeds you information and your decisions are made upon that, right?
So we base everything we do on the application that is provided to us by the applicant. So our information comes from the applicant. There's a whole, we got one tonight, so.
Take a conversation, right? Wanted to do some type of a change in the future, but had ongoing issues with your zoning administrator. Could I file that directly with the review board?
No, so if you have an application that's coming to the town, you file the application with the zoning administrator. The zoning administrator will look at that application, will determine whether it's something that is within her purview to approve, to sign, or she will put it on our agenda. If it has to come to the Development Review Board, which means it's like a sign that's too big or different, or a use that's not permitted, or something that has to come to the Development Review Board, it will then go on our hearing warning, and then we will hear you. So we're happy to hear anything. That's how it works.
It just seems,
Well,
odd.
so, I mean, as I said, if you wish to file with us, we're happy to hear any applicant's filings. If you have a problem with the zoning administrator, that you would have to discuss with the town manager,
Which I
because,
did and goes nowhere, but okay.
but I mean, if you need something in terms of a permit and she cannot approve that permit,
Oh, I
then
physically,
just file an application and we'll put you on the agenda.
she's so unprofessional, I couldn't possibly.
I'm not
deal
gonna
with it.
have that conversation, Jason. I'm just saying that that's the structure. So if you want to file that application, I will be happy to have you on the agenda. We would be happy, those who are out there on Zoom, we would be happy to hear you. All you have to do is file the application.
Yeah, that's the illusion of being fair.
I'm sorry.
I feel like that's an illusion of being fair.
Well, so we are just a arm of the town,
Yeah,
and our job is to approve any applications that come to the town that are not within the ability of the zoning administrator to approve. So anything that's outside of her realm, they come to us, and we're very happy to hear any. And we have a couple who are there waiting for us to hear theirs.
good luck to them.
But, so please, if you have a application, please file it, and we would be happy to put it on our next agenda. As I said, our next meeting is Martin Luther King, so our next actual meeting will be February 3rd. And
I'd
we
like
would-
to file an application for fair treatment by your zoning administrator. How much does that cost?
If you have a need in the town that cannot be met by the zoning administrator, you file the application, it then goes on our hearing warning, and we will hear that application when it is legally warned.
Okay,
So that's how we work.
this is exactly how this facilitates, though, with lack of oversight from a person that's been involved in this.
Well, I'm sorry, as I said, if you have anything with Jessica Roberts, who is our zoning administrator, and any questions about her, please do not come to us. We are not her boss. Please go to Scott Tucker, the town manager. But if you have any application that needs to come to the DRB, please send that to Jessica, and we would be very happy to have you on our agenda for a future hearing. And the first next available date would be February.
Okay,
Okay?
good
So
luck.
thank you so much for coming. Thank you all. And so, okay. I have no additions to the agenda. And Charlie and John, if you would be so kind, someone to make a motion to approve the minutes of December 2nd.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of December 2nd.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm doing minutes too, so give me a minute while I write everything down. And John, will you second?
Yes, second.
Thank you so much. All those in favor, Cheryl, I.
John Gannon, aye.
Charlie, aye.
Thank you. unfortunately, we have to defer the minutes of December 16 because we don't have everybody here. But, oh well. So, just moving on. So, Jacqueline and Adam Krim, are you on Zoom?
Yes, we are.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We can't always tell who's on Zoom.
Good evening. Yes, we're here.
Thank you. So again, I'm doing everything here. Nobody's here with me. So I am going to open the hearing on application 2024-302. Property address is 68 Town Farm Road. The owners are Jacqueline and Adam Krim, and their home address is 60 Amherst Drive in New Rochelle. And the proposal is a short-term rental use for 5 bedrooms in the residential district. The applicable code sections are Article 2, Section 221, 222, 223, 224, 226, 227, 271, 272. Article 4, Section 420, 440, 450C. Article 7, Section 710, 720, 721, 722, 730 A, D, and H. And big thank you to John Gannon. He is going to be our case manager. Are there any conflicts of interest or ex parte discussions, Charlie or John?
No.
Thank
got
you so
nothing.
much. Thank you. So, Jacqueline and Adam, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear the testimony you provide is the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
We
Yes.
do.
Thank you so much. I'm going to turn this over to John.
Great, thank you, Cheryl. So the first thing we're going to do is just go through the exhibits that have been filed. The first exhibit, which is exhibit number 1, is the Town of Wilmington cover sheet. And I should know that the cover sheet that was part of the application was incorrect. And so Jessica Roberts sent a new one. The dates were wrong. So for example, the hearing is today, which is January 6, 2025. And the notices were filed on December 20th, 2024. And that's what the new cover sheet will show.
We'll indicate, okay.
Exhibit 2 is the warning, warning this meeting. Exhibit 3 is your application for DRB review, which is 3 pages in length. Exhibit 4 is the house plan for 68 Town Farm Road, which is 2 pages. Exhibit 5 is the short-term rental safety, health, and financial checklist that you completed. Exhibit 6 is the site plan for 68 Town Farm Road, which shows parking spaces. 7 is the butter list and postage for notice and mailing. So those are the exhibits. This is an application that proposes a 6-bedroom short-term rental use in a residential district.
5 bedrooms.
5, sorry.
5, yeah, okay.
Hold on 2 seconds. What is going on there? Hold on 2 seconds. I just need to pull up the right document. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the various sections of the zoning bylaws. The first sections are the administrative procedures. Those just explain why we're here tonight. We're having a hearing. With respect to that, it gives you an opportunity to be heard. If there were any parties of interest, which there are not, they would be able to be heard as well. And it just goes through that process. Do you have any questions about our procedures?
No,
Okay, great.
thank you.
Then we're going to go to Article 4, districts and its uses. You know, this property is in the residential district, and Hold on 2 seconds. I seem to have the wrong document up for some reason.
I can't seem to raise my hand, but I would like to say something.
Okay, go ahead, Jessica, or,
I just want to mention this has already been approved for 4 bedrooms, so they're just adding the 5th bedroom
the
on.
5th bedroom.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So this property is identified as tax map parcel 5-1-34. As I already said, it's currently, the primary use is currently residential. The uses of a short-term rental for 5 or more bedrooms is a conditional use in the residential district, which is permitted with DRB written decision and approval. So that is the information with respect to Article 4. Do you have any questions? No?
No, thanks.
Okay, so then we're going to go to Article 7. That's the use performance standards, and I'm going to ask you, some questions with respect to the use performance standards, especially Section 710. So the first question I have is will there be any continuous, permanent, ongoing, or frequent vibration that is discernible at the property line?
No.
Okay, I know these questions may
That's
sound somewhat
Drummers, yes, we're
irrelevant.
gonna have drummers rent the place.
Okay, next question is, will there be any continuous, permanent, ongoing, or frequent noise in excess of what a normal conversation would exist at the property line?
No,
Okay. Will there be any emission of dust, ash, smoke, or other particulate matter?
no,
Don't think so. Good. Will there be any operation or use that will create electromagnetic, liquid, or solid refuse or waste, heat, cold, dampness, explosive, fire, glare, or other hazard which could cause injury or damage to human or animal health, vegetation, or property?
no.
Good. We have to ask these questions for everybody. I mean,
Okay, okay.
Love Jacqueline's facial expressions like, what?
We use paw-friendly ice melt, Come on.
Excellent. The next section I'm going to go over is section 721, which is the general standards. This goes, will there be any impact on the existing community, the municipality, or educational facilities?
No.
Will there be any impact on traffic, roads, highways, our transportation system?
No.
The zoning bylaws, it won't impact those zoning bylaws. Will there be any impact on air quality? Nope. Will there be any impact on, the property's not changing. There won't be any impact on character, aesthetics, scenic value of the neighborhood and area affected, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
Same pretty house.
Good. Then we're going to go to section 730, which is conditional use specific standards. And the first one that we're going to cover is lighting and glare. Are you putting in any new lighting to the property? No. Okay. Good. Then the next one is parking. For short-term rentals require 0.75 parking spaces per bedroom. So for a 5-bedroom short-term rental, a total of 3.75 parking spaces are required. Are you going to have 3.75 parking spaces? I believe one of the documents you introduced had 4 parking spaces on it.
Correct.
Yep. So there'll be 4 parking spaces, correct?
Yes. There
will be.
Great.
That's funny.
Then we're going to go to wastewater and potable water. Jessica, do you have any information with respect to this?
Yes, this house is listed as a 5-bedroom house, so it would be under the clean slate law. As far as it's already an existing 5-bedroom, they're just asking for that 5th bedroom to be used. It will limit their occupation to 10 unless they got a new wastewater permit for us from the state.
Okay.
10 is fine.
Okay. So do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Well, you were able to answer all my questions, so I really appreciate you taking the time to come tonight. You know, the
No
next
problem.
thing.
Could I just say something?
Sure, absolutely.
I absolutely love Wilmington. I'm a big fan. And we don't use the house in the winter because we're getting older and we don't really do the sports and stuff. So we just want to share it with families that want to go on ski vacations and go to Mount Snow. So that's our intention. We vet people. We don't have parties. We don't rent to a bunch of young people that are going to have crazy things going on. So that's my intention, is to just generate some more business for everybody in town. I want to encourage that because I'm not there in the winter and it's a shame. It's a beautiful house. It should have people in it.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Does anybody from the DRB have any questions about this application?
I have none. Charlie, do you have any questions?
I've got no questions.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. I am going to close the hearing at 5:27. And appreciate your coming and joining us tonight. Thank you. We will get our decision. We will work on it quickly, I promise, and we will give it to Jessica Roberts, and Jessica will provide you with the decision. So thank you
very
again for coming in.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Cheryl, before I leave, I want to say happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, yes, happy birthday, Cheryl. You
Happy
want us to sing?
birthday.
Thank you.
Should we sing for
All right,
you?
we're going to leave.
Some of us
Bye.
get to spend it here all by ourselves. Thank you. Good night. So going to our regular meeting, I have no new or old business. I'm not entirely sure, since we no longer have the phone set up, how we are going to go into deliberations, because I don't think I have do I have the capacity on my iPhone to call you both? Or can we just shut the door and I'll turn off record and we can just do it? There's nobody else on here.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
all
we
right.
can just
So
stop recording.
give me a few minutes. I will turn off record and shut the door.
Do you want us to sing happy birthday while you're gone?
It's not going very far.
Happy birthday to you. My dog's in the room. He's like, why are you singing?
I'm gonna go shut. So yeah, I am aware of the issue with the woodsman, whatever it is, and whoa, I did not expect that to happen tonight.
I didn't either. I thought it was resolved. The last time he appeared before the select board, he apologized.
That's what I had heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
don't know what's going on.
I don't know. So in my opinion, we have reached yet another 5-bedroom DRB that has fulfilled all the obligations, and we can just say good to go. What do you two think?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should put in there, though, a condition based on what Jessica said, that a max occupancy of 10.
You know, so I realize that Jessica is really pushing for that because she's very frustrated by some of the approvals we have done, which we have done perfectly within our ordinance. Our ordinance does not allow us to set a maximum occupancy. So to say that Jessica Roberts is sending me a message about that guy. She hasn't heard from him in 3 months, but anyhow, so
Okay, that's really bizarre because it's been, I don't know what's going on and why he's back then, if he had,
yeah,
you had not heard from him in 3 months.
right. But I do not believe that we can legally set a limit on occupancy. I am happy to reach out to our town attorney. The state, I do not believe allows it, and I do not believe there is anything within our parameters that give us the right to set a limit on occupancy. The only, as I understand it, the only limit on occupancy can be done by the fire marshal. So I don't know if we can make that condition legally. I mean, I don't disagree with it, but I don't know if we can do it legally.
Well, I think we should reach out and see if it's something we can do. I know it's something important to Jessica, but if not, then we leave it out.
So, oh, just realized I put the wrong thing in the wrong spot. Okay, so, we'll reach out and, so at this point, a potential condition would be occupancy limited to 10 people, correct?
Yes, that's what Jessica said.
We don't have anything else other than the usuals. Right?
Right.
So I will tomorrow reach out to the town attorney to see whether we can legally make that condition. And then I will email both of you with the decision from the town attorney. Does that
Okay.
work?
Yes.
I'm sorry to be sitting here and chuckling. My puppy just discovered the mirror and he wants to know what that dog is that's looking back at him.
So once I give you that stuff, then we can, I mean, I'm good with the usual conditions and no occupancy if the attorney says we can't. How's everybody?
Yeah.
Yep, works for me.
that's fine.
Okay. So I will do that tomorrow, and as soon as I get an answer, I will let you guys know. And I think we have a decision, correct?
Yep.
All
Correct.
right. Thank you all. Our next hearing will be February 3rd, and we will have 3 cases. I don't know what everybody's schedule is looking like. And I'm sorry that Diane's been sick and we don't have that decision. I did reach out to her today and she said she needed another day, John.
Okay.
So, otherwise I think, thank you.
Thank you.
Am I gonna get a birthday song from that?
Yep, Scout, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all. Thanks for coming.
Sorry,
Bye.
you're all by yourself. We hope you have a wonderful birthday.
That's all right. I'm gonna be out of here before you know it. Actually, I'm gonna go stop and chat with Scott about our visitor.
Enjoy that.
Oh, thank you so much.
I know him
I think
personally.
I'll
so
go have
like,
a glass of wine.
I know
Bye.
him, so the good thing is I can recuse if he ever comes in front of DRB, but he loves to bitch about it.
Oh, well. See you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday again.
Thank you